I'm Keith Peters in Washington. Police say a man charged with starting one of the wildfires in Spokane, Washington, admitted to the crime.
Aaron Farinacci is being charged with first-degree arson for allegedly sparking the Old Trails fire in Spokane. County Detective Michael Drapeau says Farinacci confessed to the crime and planned it for weeks. According to court documents, he looked up the work of a serial arsonist and purchased items to make an incendiary device. Police say Farinacci told them he knew it was going to get bad, but claimed he didn't intend it to grow as much as it did.
They were kind of bent over and looked like they were doing something towards the tree line.
Resident Paul Child is credited with leading police to the suspect after spotting a man standing by some railroad tracks and acting suspicious.
My daughter was sitting on the porch out there and she says there's a fire.
I'm Jennifer King.
There's a new AP NORC poll on Americans' views on the impact of extreme heat.
A new AP NORC poll finds that Americans are increasingly noticing the impact of extreme heat on their lives. According to the survey, U.S. adults nationally have become more likely to say that extreme heat has had either a major impact or a minor impact on their travel or vacation plans, electricity bills, their sleep, their families' outdoor activities, and more since 2024. Much of that shift was among people who live in the West or Midwest. At the same time, belief in climate change has declined slightly since last year, with Democrats more likely than Republicans to say that extreme heat has had a major impact on their lives. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
On Wall Street, a down day today as the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 464 points. The Nasdaq lower by 15. The S&P 500 index declined by 13 points. This is SRN News.
Use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
If you don't want to hear real facts on social and political issues, then stop listening now. Otherwise, stay right here for real issues, real facts with real people.
Maybe you know what a zombie is.
When you keep voting party line, this is what happens to you.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own.
You have subways that are falling apart. You have cops that are being accosted in the street because of that socialist you elected as your mayor.
You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders.
When are you New Yorkers going to start holding those people responsible for what they do?
Not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats?
I'm going to deal with topics and issues that'll make you think, make you mad, and maybe even get you a little embarrassed. So don't go anywhere. The lines are open. You can reach me at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563.
It's the Joe Messina Show.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. Be part of the solution. You know, come on. What other radio show host it tells you to get involved? Right? Open your mouth. Get involved. Do something more than nothing. What do you think? Right? Okay. Anyway, like I said, got a whole bunch going on. A whole bunch of things to take care of. A whole bunch of things to get involved with. So, I had them all up on my screen. And God bless America. Gone. Finished. All right, well, whatever. Anyhow, we'll get to it. I'll get to some of these other stories later on, but I'm going to get to the ones that I want to get to now. And there is a boatload of them. Conservative Rep. Ogles loses GOP primary to a challenger, Charlie Hatcher. Now, Charlie was backed by a renewable energy PAC. Anybody surprised? Shocked? There's a lot of money in that green energy. Lots of money in the green energy. And you know what? you want to find out the truth behind it, how it works? Talk to people like Elon Musk. Let him tell you how it works, how to make money at it, where to blow money on it. Representative Andy Ogles lost his primary on Thursday night to a challenger, Charlie Hatcher. Tennessee, they have open primaries. Nightmare. Stupidest thing we ever did. Right? Which means that, the other side can vote to get the person they want in. I don't know why these... Whatever. I'm going to be nice. Radical Clean Energy Group funded Hatcher's campaign. Hatcher was elevated on the airways by repeated attacks against Ogles from Invest in Tomorrow Coalition. It's a super PAC. Ogles is a member of the Freedom Caucus. So, and again, he's probably one of those guys that truly believes, I'm talking about Ogles, truly believes in the Constitution, believes in our rights. And the other fella, if you're allowing that Green PAC to get behind you like that, I got a question. I just got to question it. And I think he beat him by about 3,000 votes, which I don't know truly for that area. I don't know what that really means. But you can see these races. You get out there, you get people moving. It was 24,000 and 27,000. So, 50, 60,000 votes total. A bunch of people probably didn't vote. I did not look up all the numbers. Don't need to. But it doesn't take much to lose a race. Right? And some of them don't even have to work at it. It's just there. All right. El Sayed issued a disgusting threat against his GOP opponent. I mean, they're nasty. They're evil and they're nasty. And you can see it in their faces. You can see it when they're talking, that they're always ready to pop. They're always ready to start yelling. What they're referring to is the Islamo-Marxist Michigan Democrat Senate nominee, Abdul El Sayed. He issued a vile threat against his GOP opponent that promptly blew up in his face. On Wednesday, El Sayed held a press conference in Detroit challenging GOP Michigan Senate nominee Mike Rogers to a series of 5 debates. Then he made it clear that Rogers would pay a price for his so-called crimes against Michiganders. He said, I know you're going to say no because you're a coward. 5 debates. No problem. Why? So he could be yelled at 5 times? You and I both know you'll wither in your own crimes. What was his crimes? But I'm going to make sure Michiganders know about them. By the time we're done, you're not going to have a safe quarter from people holding you accountable for what you've done. Now, the safe quarter quip refers to Rogers having a home in Florida, which El Sayed has relentlessly mocked him for. So is he threatening to sick his supporters on Rogers, even from out of state? What was he saying? What was he referring to? But it's the nastiness and the meanness of some of these people. That's what drives me nuts. I mean, listen to this guy's voice. All right, I'm not going to put the video up.
Mike, I'm going to say right here, I know you're going to say no because you're a coward. 5 debates, all right? Yeah. If you're willing to stand with me and have a conversation, you and I both know that you will wither in front of your own crimes. But I'm going to make sure Michiganders know about them. Because at the time we're done, you are not going to have safe quarter from people holding you accountable to what you've done for them here in Michigan. We will send you back to Florida where you belong. 5 debates. I'm hoping for an answer today. It's going to be a lot of fun, my guy.
He won by 14,000 votes. And I'm not so sure he would have won if the third challenger, there were 3 people running. I'm not so sure if the third person running, didn't run, if he would not have won. Now, conservatives were right. They were angry at what appeared to be a violent threat, which is what they do. It's how they operate. Talk more about this on the other side of the break. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. A lot more coming up.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
When I started MyPillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products, some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having a $25 extravaganza. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new 4-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium MyPillows with all new Giza fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more.
So go to MyPillow.com or call 800-923-1812 and use promo code AUDIO1 to get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88, the lowest price ever.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
Never mind, dear. Chin up. That's right, both of them. Yeah.
Isn't that a touching song? I mean, seriously. Right? The words are so deep. So moving. Anyway, 855. Real Joe. 855-732-5563. But listen, send me an email, joe@joemessina.com. joe@joemessina.com. And I do very much appreciate the time that you're spending with me here. All right, we have a lot. We have a lot to go on. All right, we have a lot to work with, a lot to go on. So, and a lot that I want to talk about. Let's come back with Mitch McConnell. Yeah, there's a name you haven't heard in a while, huh? Senator Mitch McConnell finally hit it home after a nearly 2-month-long hospitalization, but it might be a little while longer until he returns to Capitol Hill. Right? He issued a statement on Thursday confirming that he had been discharged from a rehabilitation center to continue my recovery at home, which is probably nice. I don't like the guy, but I don't want the guy in pain either, okay? Let's be honest. He said, Elaine and I are grateful for the many well wishes and support from friends, colleagues, and Kentuckians, and for the attentive care I received from the excellent doctors, nurses, therapists, and hospital staff. Now, McConnell, who was first hospitalized back in June, I think it was, he stopped short of providing a potential timeline for his return. He ain't coming back. Look at the time frame before he's, voted out here. The guy could barely speak. On the advice of my doctors, I'll maintain an intensive regimen of physical therapy from home. Right during the state work period, I'll continue to engage my staff and colleagues on important Senate business. The state of Kentucky Senator's health has been subject to a lot. He's 84 years old. I mean, look, I'm not an ageist. My old pastor was, 78, 79, just before he passed away, but he was cranking. That guy could run up and down stairs better than I could, sharp as a whip. Well, sharp as a knife, I'm sorry. Every Sunday he was on it. COVID killed him, and not the actual virus. The treatment. Story for another day. So, again, some of these people, I don't know, is there a test we should give them? I mean, constitutionally, you can't give them anything. I don't think that's true anymore. I think the problem is remember, they didn't live this long back in the days of our founding fathers. And some of these people had enough integrity to leave. I mean, this guy went to the hospital in June. They didn't tell us he was in there until July. Right? They told us that he had fallen and he was briefly unconscious. That he was dealing with a mild case of pneumonia. Just all kinds of stuff, right? And then these photos that show up that stupid. McConnell's absence sparked frustration both in Washington and in his home state. The Senate's been contending with an even tighter margin of error on votes. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear called on the Senate to prove that he was still capable of doing his job or resign. That's fair. Now, the senator's health appears to be improving. The Senate will likely be without him for an upcoming key vote. Likely be the decisive vote in favor of confirming Todd Blanche. Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska remain undecided on Blanche. You know, I mean, just maybe, if this guy's got any kind of integrity. Right, Mitch McConnell? He would call those two and say, look, I can't be there. I would vote, and that would send it over the top. Will one of you at least honor my time? Honor who I am? Right? And vote for the guy. Push him over the top. I don't see that happening. Right? But we'll see. I don't know any other way to put it. All right. Like I said, 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5573. Get involved. You guys are a kick. Some of you guys who send me stuff are a real kick. Hey, a Louisiana school board and the federal government, they've ended 61 years of segregation monitoring. Yeah, that's right. Louisiana school board and the federal government have agreed to end the 60 years of oversight meant to end segregation. And you know the left is going out of his mind because in 60 years, Louisiana hasn't been figured. Considering a very big bulk of them, or a majority of their elected officials are black. So you can see where this is a segregation problem. Yeah, sure. Okay, whatever. Anyhow, dismissal of the case allows us freedom to make our own decisions that are the best interest for all students, staff, and our community while keeping in mind the history of the past 61 years. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill announced the settlement last month. She announced that she helped lift the desegregation mandate for the rural Concordia Parish School Board. She said it's long past time for these old consent decrees to come to an end. She's right. We're not there anymore. We're not whipping black people in the square. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be derogatory. I'm not trying to be nasty. But what keeps this stigma is decrees like this. The U.S. Justice Department spent decades fighting for such cases, but reversed course under Trump because officials in his administration have framed the remaining segregation as federal intrusion into local school systems. And Louisiana officials agreed with him. They no longer needed to describe them as relics of time when black students were forbidden from attending schools. Or some schools. It's not true anymore. Right? The parents who filed the original suit in 1964 that led to the oversight agreement are dead. And their children who were part of the original court proceedings couldn't be contacted. The school system said it worked for decades with the Department of Justice, collaborating with lawyers. Right? Every new school classroom, wing addition, and attendance, everything they did had to be approved, and that doesn't allow them to do what they need to do. And truly, if there's an issue, how fast do you think somebody would whip that thing back into court again? Right? How fast? They'll get it fixed. They won't let it happen again. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of. Back in just a little bit. Don't go far.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control. Making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At EasyPlans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, EasyPlans.com has you covered. EasyPlans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
After spotting a man standing by some railroad tracks and acting suspicious.
My daughter was sitting on the porch out there, and she says there's a fire.
I'm Jennifer King.
There's a new AP North poll on Americans' views on the impact of extreme heat.
A new AP North poll finds that Americans are increasingly noticing the impact of extreme heat on their lives. According to the survey, U.S. adults nationally have become more likely to say that extreme heat has had either a major impact or a minor impact on their travel or vacation plans, electricity bills, their sleep, their families' outdoor activities, and more since 2024. Much of that shift was among people who live in the West or Midwest. At the same time, belief in climate change has declined slightly since last year, with Democrats more likely than Republicans to say that extreme heat has had a major impact on their lives. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
On Wall Street, a down day today as the Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 464 points. The Nasdaq lower by 15. The S&P 500 index declined by 13 points.
Upside. What's Upside? Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
Never mind, dear. Chin up. That's right, both of them. Yeah.
We are back at it again. Joe Mazzini, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. Love it when you are, right? We can get so much done when you do. And I appreciate your time with me. Seriously. More than you know. And again, bring your friends, your loved ones, your unloved ones to the chat room. We'd love to see what they have to say. Always a pleasure. Come on, what are you doing? All right, there you go. Now, some of you who are new to the show, I'm always talking to the computer. You know what? I think it gets up at night and it gets together with the other two computers we have and goes, okay, how do we make this guy nuts? Right in the middle of him talking. I think I will do this, this, and this. Right? What do you think? Anyhow, Yes, always a pleasure. Truly always a pleasure to have you with me. And I do appreciate the time that you're spending with us here on the air. And truly being part of the conversation. When you're part of the conversation, informed conversation, then you are part of the solution. You can be part of the solution. Really that simple for you. All right. Let's get rid of that. These... How do I say this? These pieces of work. I got no other way to put it. No matter how much I try to be nice about it. These deep slime balls, they went after President Trump. They knew that whole dossier was made up. They knew those things were false against him. Those Comey and his fellow slime balls in the deep state thought that they were so smart they didn't count on the MAGA crowd not believing a thing that they said. And it gets, and again, this stuff gets better as time goes on. Today, even more information was released showing more deep state crimes to President Trump, to get President Trump. Right? The Oxford comma is an opening communication alleged the IC had high confidence Russia was responsible for the DCCC leaks. I mean, you got to look at this stuff. These are outlets that the FBI at one time totally trusted. So when they heard from these people that Trump had nothing to do with this, why didn't they act on that? Right? Declassified FBI memos show that the Bureau opened a secret probe on President Trump himself in May of 2017. Right? They tried to make it look like he was a Russian asset because he fired Comey, who was all over the Russians. Actually, he wasn't. It was signed off by FBI James Baker, general counsel, right? And the counterintel chief, Bill Priestap. McCabe and Rosenstein were also told. It triggered Mueller. The problem was they already knew that the Russia collusion was dead. It was gone. It was finished. So they come up with stuff, right? According to one agent, by early 2017, no evidence of collusion by Flynn, Page, or Papadopoulos could be found. Think about that one. So they knew. They spent time, money, and effort on this, and they knew that it wasn't true, that it was a farce. Why shouldn't somebody go to jail for that? I got to tell you, the thing I love the most about all this Trump stuff and this hate on Trump and everything is they got nothing to hate on. Right? 3 days after the Oxford comma opened, lead agent, this is what they ended up calling the probe. Lead agent Strzok texting Lisa Page said, "No big there. The collusion case was dead." So they pivoted. They used Comey's firing as a new pretext to keep the investigation alive. And exactly right. They said that Trump fired him to keep him away from the Russians. Isn't that amazing? I love that Greg Kelly on Newsmax. Oh, did he break this stuff down? He got down into it. So when you look at this, mainstream media hasn't picked up any of it. None of it. It won't say anything about any of it because they were complicit in it to begin with. Anyhow. Yeah, Baker, James Baker, I guess it was, eventually left the DOJ for a top job at Twitter, where he stayed until Elon fired him. Yes. The great Jeff Clark pointed out that this was worse than he initially thought. They didn't just deliberately misspell Oxford. They substituted a zero, or a zero for an O, so that's not comma, it's coma. Right? And it was totally designed to foil FOIA request because you have to be exact in your request. So not only was it a fake, but it was also obstruction in many ways. In all seriousness. So it just shows you what they're willing to do to put somebody away they can't stand. You and I don't have the money to fight the FBI, the CIA, the NSA. You don't have the money to fight these things. Just amazing. There's a book out there called The Grand Conspiracy. All the fake intelligence against Donald Trump. And it was manufactured at Cambridge University in England. And he proves it over and over and over again. And they lie about everything when they want to nail somebody because they're never forced or they don't face any consequences. Just amazing. Truly amazing to me. And we talked about this earlier and yesterday with the general. And this is why these guys, somebody there needs to go to jail. See, when the free press, when they go ahead and post fake news, hardcore fake news, when they do that, you know what happens? And the bad guys pick it up and believe it, or, like in the case of Iran right now, they're reading some of the stuff and they think it is true. So they're dragging out the negotiations, hoping that Trump loses the midterms. So Trump on Thursday responded to a Washington Post article which claimed that War Secretary Pete Hegseth lied to him, not misled him, lied to him on the ammunition shortage. He went off on the outlet accusing them of treason for publishing leaked information about the U.S. military. He said, "I'm extremely happy with the job that Pete's doing. Everything has been extraordinary, including our attack on Venezuela, where the result was accomplished in less than a day. It allowed us to bring one of the worst animals anywhere in the world, Nicolas Maduro, to justice. Likewise," he said, "Iran, where the country had been decimated for the purpose of not allowing it to ever have a nuclear weapon, is going well. Pete's highly respected within the military. He's made tremendous improvements, including getting rid of DEI and increasing recruitment to historic levels." See, they can give him credit for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Like I said, this comes after Trump overnight denied reports that munition supplies are dangerously low, saying the U.S. had massive amounts of munitions, especially of certain types, and large amounts are being manufactured and shipped to the U.S. as needed. Now, the president added that leakers of these treasonous statements should be hunted down and given long-term jail cells. He's right. There is no reason, absolutely none, for this information to be leaked to begin with. This is not journalism. This is undermining the foundation of the country. This is undermining truly the safety of this nation. The Washington Post did publish a story overnight claiming that Hegseth misled Trump on extreme munition shortages. The outlet credited Trump's decision to call off strikes against Iran over the weekend. Trump previously said that he was planning the biggest attack since World War II before he called off the attacks to restart peace negotiations. Now, he did that to scare the crud out of Iran, but they were saying he did it because we were running out of munitions. It's wrong. Be right back.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses Oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed-fee legal solution in the country, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me could understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. That's 800-871-3291.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215.
Here's how you get him. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. He sends one of yours to the hospital, you send one of his to the morgue. That's the Chicago way.
the rhythm now. We should be singing together, you and me, all night, holding hands and moving our feet. We should be singing together, you and me. Come on, baby. We should be singing together, you and me.
We are back at it again. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-556. So get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. Yep. Appreciate it when you are. Love it when you are. As well it should be. You know, and you really do have to make sure. You know, again, you got to make sure that the information you got's real and true, right? I've talked to a few people about this, how important it is. And some of them think I go overboard, but it's okay. I won't lose any sleep over it. That I promise. But you don't have to be like in your face with the facts. But yet, really, just, hey, where did you get that info? I'd like to look it up myself. I mean, play it, you know my old joke, play it from the Columbo point of view. Like, you know, excuse me, miss, I'm kind of confused here. The same thing, I'm kind of confused here. If you say this happened, then how did this happen? If you say that, there's no illegal votes going on, then how is it that this state openly admits, this blue state, that they had, 600,000 more votes cast than they had voters? It doesn't happen by accident, right? I mean, seriously. So you ask those questions, and you ask him in such a way, it just makes him stop and think. That's all. God bless. You guys, I'm never amazed at the stupid stuff that people do and say. Never. I should be. After all these years, I should just blow it off. It's no big deal. So, an Australian fashion researcher has come out with this line, which is great. All around the world, globalists and liberals, they've lost their minds. They've lost their culture. So their ruinous policies have been repeatedly exposed as just catastrophic failures over and over and over again. But in academia, insanity continues. It's unabated. It's biased individuals. They continue to turn out students and papers that are headed straight for the trash can. I should say the trash can of history. In Austria, this is great. One such person has come to light, or one such issue. A Vienna fashion researcher. You already know that's going to be bad, right? Wasted almost $500,000 of taxpayer money to investigate polo shirts. That's right, $500,000 taxpayer money to investigate polo shirts. Right? The old money look, or what they call the tradwife trend, in connection with right-wing tendencies. You gotta love this stuff. You gotta love this stuff because somebody's sitting there going, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, a polo shirt and a tradwife, yeah, those are right-wing tendencies, no question about it. Wow. What used to be associated with bomber jackets and combat boots is said to be much more difficult to recognize today. That's according to this Vienna fashion researcher. I can't pronounce the name. Elke Gogel. The spectrum of clothing styles she studied now ranges from streetwear to so-called old money look to the polo shirts and the tradwife styles. This means that her research focused on garments and fashion trends that are worn by millions of people regardless of their political attitudes. Listen, I see plenty of Democrats in polo shirts. I see plenty of Democrats that have what you would consider today tradwife. As part of a 3-year research project at the Academy of Fine Arts in Vienna, the scientists say that she is investigating the development of clothing and clothing styled fashion brands since the late 1989. Now, she sees in connection with right-wing extremist people. The project is funded by the Austrian Science Fund with around 400,000 euros in public funds. What she sees the featured far right wherever she looks. She has not missed nothing she looks at is left. Right? And I'm looking at pictures of her, not to be rude and nasty, but I'm going to be rude and nasty. There ain't an ounce of fashion in that woman. Okay? Looks like she took a bed sheet, stuck her arms through it, and wore it. According to the researcher, the clothing styles of different political millennials are often very similar today. In her opinion, the differences, differences can often be made out on the basis of individual symbols, right? Certain hairstyles, small identifying marks. According to the project's findings, the spectrum of clothing style studied today ranges from sporty streetwear with hoodies to old money, right? Sporty streetwear with hoodies. That's interesting. So when do hoodies become sporty streetwear? That's what I want to know. To the old money aesthetic with deliberately restrained clothing such as polo shirts. Deliberately restrained. What does that mean? What does she mean by restrained? I mean, you want to show more? Is that what it is? You want it to be... Well, no, you wouldn't want it to be looser. You want it to show more, right? Gagel sees this as a strategic realignment of fashion labels as she investigates. Seriously? God bless. I thought women should be allowed to do what they wanted to do. Would that include what they want to wear? Right? If she wants to wear a tent, she can wear a tent. If she wants to wear a bed sheet wrapped around her that looks like something, fine. Let her do it. See, it's funny because we on the right don't care. What do you want to wear? Wear what you want to wear. And now there is, a caveat to that, right? Go to a nice restaurant. You're not going to go in there with pajama bottoms on. No, thank you. Right? I even made fun of Fetterman when he wanted to go to Senate chambers with a hoodie. It's like, give the place some respect. Have some respect for the job that you got. So, this is fun. Rob, a 5-term Pennsylvania state representative, won his primary for U.S. Congress in May. The Democrat Socialists of America highlighted his win in a press release, writing there's a new DSA member in Congress. Now, Congressman Rob, he's continued to fight to abolish ICE, free Palestine, and win Medicare for all in the U.S. Rob, who is endorsed by Socialist Representative AOC, and other squad members have the same radical DSA policy agenda. They all do. Right? There's nothing new here. He joined Fox News' Sean Hannity on Wednesday night to defend his platform. Hilariously, the interview began with Rob calling Sean Hannity Scott Hannity. He went on to say, listen, my name's not Scott. It's actually Sean, but that's okay. So Rob went on. He dodged pretty much every question he got about the DSA, right? Their policies and what have you. He really didn't get on it. Because he said, that's really not what I ran on. He said of the DSA's plan for the Senate, he said that's the DSA national platform, he added, but refused to say what he believes. When asked if he wanted to abolish borders and give amnesty to illegals, Rob purported not to know what an illegal is. I don't accept the premise of that question. He went on to say he absolutely wants to abolish immigration and customs enforcement. He wants to dismantle the immigrant concentration camps. Oh, okay. Can you show me what those are? On any deportations, Rob didn't directly answer, saying, we want to make sure that there's an immigration system that is fair, just, efficient. Well, I agree with that. We should have one that's fair, just, and efficient. One that follows the law and follows the law quickly. Doesn't take years to work its way through. He further said, absolutely when asked if he wants to eliminate cash bail and establish a wealth tax. On abolishing prisons, however, Rob avoided the question. He called the notion interesting before bizarrely claiming long before there was any notion of policing, we had founders that didn't even understand that term. Policing is something that has evolved over time. He then claimed that 99% of what police do are not going after the bad guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I'm sure he's been a cop, whatever. He then began arguing with Hannity over the definition of police, saying, look, let's talk about this appropriate context. The community can safely be insured without police. I would have said, how? Tell me how. They can't answer the question. They don't have one for you. Rob admitted exactly what he had been dancing around. Listen, my people are from the South, Rob said. Right? We couldn't trust the police because they were largely part of the Klan. Oh, so it's like that in the rest of the world? Rest of the country? Gotta watch it. Been telling you guys for years. Nothing new for me. Joe Messina, your host. God bless, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Don't do anything stupid because I want you back here with us tomorrow.